but not if you're an employee of the city of Muscle Shoals. News Channel 19 Shoals Bureau reporter Todd Bender has more.
Part of looking for a job these days likely includes what kind of health care benefits a particular company has. Now, most companies offer some kind of health care package, and some even actually pay for the employee's health care outright. But dependent coverage or family coverage is another story, unless you're a full-time employee of the city of Muscle Shoals.
They weren't interested or did not like the idea of having to pay a portion of it the way some employers require for family coverage.
The city has a budget of more than $14 million. This family coverage is costing the city $1 million.
I think it's a great idea for an employee to have free benefits. That's great in the state of Alabama. But when the job I work at, we have to pay in it.
Officials with the city of Muscle Shoals say it was a tough job fitting the free benefits package into the city's budget, and it's getting tougher every year as health care costs continue to rise. If costs continue to keep going up, this luxury could go away.
Well, I think it has to be evaluated every year because you don't know, what the trend will be.
As health care costs continue to take a bigger and bigger chunk out of people's take-home pay, health care benefits will likely be a larger and larger part of your benefit package. Some say taxpayers shouldn't have to foot the bill.
As far as health care, yeah, it'd be great, but maybe, I don't know.
The city's new budget is projecting more than $380,000 more in new money. Now, most of that is coming from tourism, and that's how city officials with Muscle Shoals say they plan on paying for health care coverage for their employees and their families. Reporting from the Times Daily Newsroom, Todd Bender, News Channel 19.
In addition to the free health care, city workers are also getting a $600 raise. We invite you to vote in some drivers to take a detour.
And an area airport receives grants to assist in construction. Good afternoon, I'm Amy George.
And I'm Kim Richardson. This is News Channel 19, first at 4:30. A busy road in Muscle Shoals is closed this afternoon because of a derailment. Rail cars carrying hundreds of tons of coal are on their side, and crews are working to repair the tracks near 6th Street and Muscle Shoals. Well, that's where we find News Channel 19's Lisa Washington. Lisa, do we know how this all happened?
Well, Kim, investigators are still trying to sort that out. You can see behind me the crews are working over. You can see just how much damage was done when the cars were derailed and the engine as well. You can see it tore up the pavement and the rail along 6th Street here in Muscle Shoals. It was around 11:30 this morning when the 911 dispatchers received the phone call. A coal train that was heading to the Muscle Shoals train yard was traveling on this track near 6th Street in Muscle Shoals. 6 coal trains and the back engine overturned about 100 yards from the railroad crossing on 6th Street. These pictures from Skycam 19 show just how the cars overturned. We're told each car was carrying 140 tons of coal. Fortunately, though, no one was injured in the derailment. Also, we should tell you that the back engine overturned, and that back engine began leaking a diesel fuel. So the first concern for the responders here was to stop that leak. They managed to get that done in a short time. They say only 30 to 50 gallons of fuel managed to leak, and Norfolk Southern is the company that owns both the train and the track, so they have a team here investigating, and as you can hear with all the noise behind me, trying to clear things up. We're reporting live in Muscle Shoals via Skylink 19, Lisa Washington, News Channel 19.
All right, Lisa, thanks a lot, Amy.
They're some of the newest members
in southeast Muscle Shoals. It happened near the 6th Street crossing, closing traffic in both directions. WAFF 40H JD Byers was on the scene for most of the day and joins us now live from our Shoals newsroom. JD, several cars left the track.
Engine that leaked dozens of gallons of diesel fuel. Witnesses say they've never seen anything. Surround the scene with hundreds of yards of yellow tape, so can determine exactly what caused this train to derail in Muscle Shoals. Avery Michael lives next door.
Of course, it can happen, It's happened all around us, but it's never happened here before in 52 years.
Sons on the train hauling hundreds of tons of coal violently left the tracks.
And I heard the awfulest racket I've ever heard in my life. I looked out the window and crossed ties, and dust was flying going every direction. And apparently just the other side of the 6th Street intersection in Muscle Shoals, the train began to get off the rails. And approximately 100 yards beyond that, the train did derail.
In the process, ripping up tracks and cross ties. The last car and engine leaked at least. Luckily, a spill not considered dangerous. each car full. A shipment less than 2 miles from its destination train yard in Muscle Shoals. And right now, no one knows what will take longer, finding out what caused the derailment or fixing the mess it left behind. The job to fix those tracks began around 1 o'clock this afternoon. They're still working as we speak. Norfolk Southern investigators, in the meantime, will now respond to take a closer look. They're going to come from as far away as Memphis and even Atlanta. Reporting live from the Shoals, J.D. Byers, WAFF 48 News.
Since 2000.
Derailed in Muscle Shoals this morning. It jumped the tracks just before noon in southwest Muscle Shoals near the 6th Street crossing, stopping traffic in both directions. At least 4 train cars hauling coal left the tracks, including an engine that leaked more than 50 gallons of diesel fuel. Each train car weighed in at more than 140 tons. And all of that weight falling off the track, scaring neighbors.
Grandkids in here 5 years old, and they said, "Papa, I believe the earthquake's coming." So I said, "We need to pray."
Officials say they can upright the train cars after the tracks have been fixed.
A factory worker known as a racist and someone who reportedly talked